Hello everybody, it's time for Fast Fun Friday number 13, and this is take 2 for me because I finished this video and then somehow deleted it, so I'm going to do it again. So it is going to be a quick one and it's a fun one. So I'm doing a matte medium resist using a stencil and some Dylusion ink spray. Really easy. Start with your matte medium. And if you watch me, you know that I save my calendar pages. This one's from 2017, but it's a nice weight paper. And the back usually is bright white. So choose a stencil, lay it on your paper, and I'm just using a makeup sponge. You can use a brush or whatever you would like to use to apply this, but just apply the matte medium through the stencil opening. And it's a little hard to see where you've been only because the matte medium is clear. So kind of have to look from the side every once in a while and see if you missed a spot. You just want a medium application, not too heavy or it will run underneath the edges of your stencil. Which isn't, for this, it's not the end of the world if you get uneven edges. It actually, depending on the stencil, but the one that I did earlier, I used the same stencil and I didn't get real crisp edges, and I really like it. It's got a real pretty organic feeling to it, I think. So don't worry too much about that, because this is your resist. So this is where your color won't stick. One thing you do have to make sure of before you start with your color is that your matte medium is good and dry. So you can put it on and walk away for a while, come back when it's dry, or I'm going to just use my heat tool, speed through this again. And I'm just looking from the side to see where I missed putting the matte medium. And it dries pretty fast, so you might think you missed a spot when actually that spot is just starting to dry. Alright, I think I have it pretty much everywhere. You also want to put your stencil right into water, or at least cover it with a wet paper towel or a couple of wet baby wipes until you can get to cleaning it. And then I'm going to dry this, and I'll be right back. Okay, it's all dry. I will just mention, you can tell I've been working, look at this mess. I will just mention that if you're not used to working with wet media, maybe you're a paper crafter and you don't use a lot of paint, but you want to try this. If your paper has a tendency to curl, dry it on one side, and then if you flip it over and dry it from the other side, it will flatten out somewhat for you. So just another tip. Okay, so the matte medium is all dry. I'm going to try to remember what colors I used where on the first one, but I'll probably just post pictures of both of them. So I'm just using a wet baby wipe, and as you can see, the spray sticks to the paper where there isn't any matte medium, and where I put the matte medium through the stencil, it resists the spray. So you have immediate background that looks just like your stencil. My fingers are sticky from sticking to it. So I'm just going to dry that quickly. Just to get some of that moisture from the baby wipe off. And then I'm going to take a second and from up higher, and I want more droplets than I do full spray. And then while that's still wet, I think this one is the one that's clogged up. Oh no, it isn't. One of them was clogged earlier and now it's not. I got some pretty blooms earlier when I just flicked it on. You'll see it on the still picture of the first one I did. I'm not sure how it happened, but I liked it. Doesn't seem to be happening here. Maybe I didn't dry it after I put the first layer on. That might have made a difference. But that's basically it. And then if you just want to soften some of those, there's a bloom there. If you want to just soften some of those spots, just hit it with the baby wipe. Or leave it, depending on the look that you're going for. If you want brighter colors, of course you can use any color you want. I'm sure other sprays work just as well. These are water soluble sprays, so they will continue to activate. So if you're going to use this as a background paper and put more wet media on top, use, when it's completely dry, use a workable fixative, give it a couple light coats of that and let that dry, and then you're good to go. You can work on top of it with acrylics or any other water media that you want to use on top of it. You could draw on it, you could just doodle around all of your stenciled images. There's, you know, anything that you would normally do with a background paper, but it's just really quick and easy to do to get a really cool looking paper. So that's it. Fast Fun Friday number 13. Matte Medium Resist with a stencil and ink sprays. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment and let me know if you would try it, if you've done it, and how you might use a paper like this. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'd be grateful if you did so. And in the meantime, go make some art. Bye.